Hey, what's up, Terrell here? Here's a movie for your ass. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Oh my goodness, man, that shit slaps. You hear me? That shit slaps. And it's one of the movies of Sergio Leone's masterpieces, and Ennio Morricone, who is the composer. Like all of their shit is like PB and J. You hear me? That's like it's like Danny Elfman and Tim Burton kind of shit, kind of vibes. It's like whenever they meet, it's just, oh man, it's red potatoes with steak, with ribeye steak. You feel me? They're like, just nothing hits better. I have to say, man, one of the coldest epics in as far as spaghetti westerns are concerned. It goes to that. That is seriously the top dog amongst all of the spaghetti westerns I have seen. I mean, I was kind of debating in my mind as to which one was the most gangster of all the Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef movies, and I can't really say Eli Wallach, because Eli Wallach was only in one, Tuco, for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But I feel like Eli Wallach was in the best one, because I'm telling you, there was a variation for the title of that, because I felt like Sergio Leone's take on who was good, who was bad, who was ugly. It was accurate, but at the same time, it felt like a spectrum, if that makes any sense. Like everybody had a little bit of ugly in them, everybody had a little bad in them, everybody had a little bit of good in them. I mean, hell, the main villain's name was Angel Eyes, but he was sending people to high heaven, putting pillows over their faces and blasting them there, man. I'm just like, damn, I gotta give it up. One thing I wanted to say about Lee Van Cleef's performance in that shit, like, his villain was just top tier. His bad guy, man. Whew, I'm telling you, his villain. There's a sequence in this movie, right, where he's like with I want to say the Yankee kind of soldiers or whatever, and there's whenever he's torturing a soldier, what they'll do is they'll play some music, right? They'll play some music in the background, like some somber ass music. And what's funny is, like, all the soldiers know that one of their comrades is getting the snot beat out of them while they're playing their music. And so, like, there was this one time situation where there was a violinist, and he was just wiping tears away, and just stopped playing, and you heard his commander like, keep playing, while Lee Van Cleef had his bruiser in there just whooping Tuco's ass. Like, I was just like, damn, man, see this shit from the 60s, man, ain't nothing to play with here. You feel me? Like, that's some bona fide gangster shit when it comes to some westerns for your ass. I thought to myself, like, man, this movie was an epic. I mean, everybody in that shit were some banger ass actors. Like, Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach's performance was gangster in that shit. Like just swindling folks with a rope over his neck, over his neck and shit, and just going town to town with Clint, and Clint, having him do like the walk of shame and shit, and Tuco's like, oh no, Blondie, you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine kind of shit. Like, this movie was fucking baller, man. Pardon my French, but I just had to drop it, man. It's just so sexy. It's like, wow, man. The next time I see this, I want to see this in an epic ass theater, the Alamo Draft House. If I could get to see that bitch in that movie theater, man, heaven on earth. You hear me? I literally be sitting, like, listening to like the Dolby Digital kind of sound, along with like a big ass IMAX screen with my popcorn, man, I'd be having a time. Hell of a time. I wanted to put my 2 cents in and letting you know that this movie was epic. This movie was definitely the top tier of all three of Sergio Leone and Ennio Morricone's combination pieces, which came together. The composing of the music, the filmography, the sheer gangster of all that was transpiring in that movie, on the way that they brought it to the table, was just outstanding, man. There is a reason Metallica, I think it was the band Metallica, that plays the theme of the good, the bad, and the ugly before they do their performances. And shit, they on the right track, because they know that bitch is banger. They know that shit slap. You hear me? That's why they pull that shit before they do their performance, because it's like a war chant in a way, of how they bring it before they do their shows and shit. I understand. Sad Hill, you hear me? Sad Hill. Like, there's a documentary on the experiences of the good, the bad, and the ugly of Sad Hill, the Sad Hill Cemetery that they had created. That's even fascinating too. Check that out. I think it's on Netflix. The last time I had checked it out, but man, I know. I'm just so hyped about this shit. But I'm telling you, man, like, you want to see some badass gunslingers going at it and shit, and looking for that paper. This is the movie for your ass, man. Shit. Anyway, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe for your boy, man. I just wanted to put that out there, that this is one of the biggest spaghetti western epics I have ever seen in my life. Hands down. Shit. Anyway, this is your boy, Rel out. Y'all have a nice night. I'll catch you later. Peace.